mind. Whenever the spirit moves you, deep breath, first word.
By show of hands, how many of you have one sibling? Okay, what about 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, so one person, we can relate a little bit. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my family later, but for now, my name's Molly. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. But since you only know those 3 details about my life right now, today I'm going to tell you about my previous high school, one of my favorite hobbies, and why growing up with 5 siblings was a nightmare, but also like the best thing ever. First, in order for you to get to know me better, I'm going to be talking about my high school. So I went to a private Catholic all-girls high school in Phoenix. We did have horrendous plaid skirts, if any of you are wondering. It was super difficult, very stressful, and they really emphasized for all of us to be in as many activities as possible. For example, in high school, I had dance like 3 to 4 hours a night. I was on the pom teams. We had a travel basketball team, cheer every weekend, studying, homework, saving time for family, trying to have a social life. So I juggled all of that. Although it was strict and the workload was really hard, the school also pressured us to really develop a sense of teamwork and camaraderie among all the girls, and that's a big part in my favorite hobby, which is what I'm going to be talking about next. So now that I've told you about my high school, I'd like to tell you about something that made my life a little less mundane and strict, which is dance. So I've been involved in dance since I was 3 years old. Even though I had no skill, one time I just laid on the floor, basically doing nothing, but it was super fun because my sister was a dancer and I was really excited to be just like her. I would do recreational ballet, jazz, and tap until I turned 7 when I auditioned for the company dance team. And we would travel, do a bunch of competitions a year, and I got super close with the girls that I danced with. We bonded so much that we became like sisters. So now that I've told you a little bit about my second family, I'm going to tell you about my real one.
Are you gonna?
I'm going to tell you about my real one.
Yeah.
In order for you to get to know me better. I grew up with 5 older siblings, 1 sister, and 4 brothers. And I was the very last one, so I had a lot to look up to. The house was always full of people. Someone always had a sleepover, a dance recital, a game, all that stuff. And my mom, a single parent, handled it all with finesse. I would definitely boss my older brothers around and make them do my multiplication homework for me. And trust me, there were a lot of fights, but it was also the greatest thing to grow up surrounded by so many different personalities and different kinds of people. And it really taught me to be respectful of other people's opinions and choices, and it also taught me the virtue of teamwork, which I use in dance and jobs. In conclusion, today I told you a little bit about my high school, one of my favorite hobbies, and my family, in hopes for you to get to know me a little better. I hope that through the details I've shared with you, you all have come to realize that growing up in a hectic environment filled with lots of people, stress, can be a fantastic learning experience that shapes you into the individual you are today. Thank you.